Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust for Sunday, January 15th, if you're watching in real time, but it can be also for whenever you stumble upon it. So I'm using The Pastel Journey by Vanessa Samina. If you have a deck out there that you would like me to use, especially if you see me use it. If you haven't seen me use it, I might have it, but I'm just saying, give me some deck ideas. Maybe I'll buy it if you like it. So if you want to watch, a lot of my daily dusts, go ahead and replay some of the old ones. It could be significant, to look at a reading from last year sometime and see if you get any inspiration from it or if it matches anything that's going on right now. Sometimes the daily dust projects into the future a little bit. The lovers fell on the ground. That's appropriate. It's meant for a particular day, of course, but it can be, like I said, whenever you stumble upon it. So, and also the energies can be for more than one day. So let's go ahead. Well, let me do one more shuffle. And the energies can be big and dynamic or small and concise. Let's see what we have. Okay, so I shuffled, but the lovers, and I think it was meant to be. It fell on the floor. Okay. The lovers. The magician. Nice. And the Empress. Wow. Some of you out there doing your magic work. And I was just thinking about Empress energy today. I'm feeling so Empressy today. I'm like, it's like my cats multiply. I still have 3 kids, but soon they'll have their own kids. And it's like this grandmother, motherly, nurturing energy with plants and everything else is just like always been a part of me. And I'm sure it's with a lot of you out there as well. Let's kind of zoom on in and see what else we can think of. And the reason why I was thinking of that, the Empress energy, is there could be somebody looking at you as an Empress saying, wow, I like their Empress energy. No, but there's something about that person. They're so loving, nurturing, motherly. And it could be this desire to connect with you. They could be the magician that wants to connect with the Empress. I often have 2 energies in the readings, and here we have the 2, but it can also represent twins in the 2 sides of yourself, which I think having an Empress and a magician energy as 2 sides of yourself is pretty cool. It's together they kind of make the High Priestess. So that's why I think maybe it is 2 energies, or maybe it is choices, but I don't see a magician and an Empress being too big of a choice here. I feel like they are very compatible. So therefore, I feel the lovers represents union and equality and cooperation and harmony and romance. And it's like there's something that can be established. The lovers is about a mutual attraction and respect. So there could be a magician energy here looking at the Empress saying, whoa, she's amazing. And the Empress is like, wow, how does he do that? With how does he or she, just create things just so magically. It just happens. I love it. And he's like, or she's like, how does she or he have such warmth and love and caring and nurturing? And it's just when I'm around her, I feel at ease, and it's so amazing. So this also represents, to me, the lovers represents Gemini, and so does the magician. The Empress represents Venus energy, so it could be like Libra or Taurus energy too. So there's just a lot of attraction here. It can be all kinds of romantic love, of regardless of the age or gender. This is not gender specific, even if we have symbols, like in this case the magician looks like a female and in this case the Empress looks like a male, but it's kind of just hard to tell. It's like long hair and short hair doesn't necessarily make the man or woman anymore anyway. But it's not about that. It's not about appearances. It's about the energy behind the people. So put yourself where you see yourself, but you're in this reading for sure. There is, there can be sometimes two opinions or two ideas happening. There's two sides of a story, two sides of a coin. So there could be a need to see both sides of a story here, or be a good listener and open-minded. Like, when somebody talks to you, sometimes your brain shuts off and you don't actually listen to them, and you just wait till it's to your turn to respond. Sometimes you cut somebody off, and when you cut them off, it means, to a lot of people, that you weren't listening in the first place, right? I found that's a very common trait in Geminis. They do not like to be interrupted, so I wouldn't recommend it with a Gemini. But even, no matter what sign you're dealing with, I think it's a valuable and beautiful trait to be a good listener. So I think that's coming out here a little bit. Something having to do with being a good listener. The Magician's all about mastering elements and willpower and initiation and clarity, being sure and knowing what you want to do, and a lot of potential. And if you're connecting with somebody that's like this, I think they just blow you away. It's like, wow, they can bring forth a lot. They have a lot of power in their wands. This could be very fairy-like or something magical, but they do this change, they do this spell, they do this magic to help people. The energy is bright and beaming, everything turns to gold. There's so much creativity. So if you do add the Magician and the Empress, and this is both you, then that could definitely be fairy energy, or just this like everything you touch turns to gold, and every creature you touch just melt in your hands. They just adore you, love you, want to be with you. It's just baby smile at you. It's kind of that energy. You have a very magical quality about you. There is so much potential for you or for this person that you just really want to see it come out in them. And so there's going to be a nice balance of trying to help somebody and helping yourself and them helping you. Like, it's give and take. Like, it's not going to be exact opposites, but there is going to be a kind of working with energies here and bringing out the best in each other. And the Empress is just really relaxed and happy in her environment. She's a healer too, and I think she's represents beauty in general too, like Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. She is goddess energy here. So goddess plus magician, there you have it. That's like, this could be you, this could be your identity. We were talking about identities earlier on in the year, and true identity is the name of the. And see, here's an example of going back to an older reading. The daily dust is called True Identity, and I think maybe one of their purposes here in the month maybe of January is to establish the identity that you would like to adopt and portray and be. Some of it can be character, some of it could be truly you, some of it could be having to do with somehow how you present yourself in social media or whatever it is. It's okay if you have an identity that you present, and you have something else, you have layers, there's other parts of you that you may keep to yourself and you don't show off, but it's okay to present this certain aspect of yourself. And I feel like that's fine. A lot of people, be natural, blah, 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 It's like, yeah. And natural's nice. Natural's great, but if it gives you pleasure to identify with an appearance and essence of, and that's why, and I think I mentioned in that video about Stargirl, who is now Anita Serene, I believe is her last name. She has created a new look and a new identity for herself. She's like an evolved version of Star Girl, but she's not a girl anymore. She's a woman, and so she wanted to be able to show that. I feel like we all go through different changes and phases and stages in our lives, and we want to show who we are at different stages. So I think that's what's happening here. Like when you become a couple with somebody, you often find yourself putting pictures in your profile pictures, you and your person together. Like now I am one, two, and one. Now we are this unit. And sometimes that's healthy and sometimes not. That's not for me to judge, but that's the way you want to be identified. And I think, in a lot of cases, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be identified as a couple. So however you want to do this, there could be. I had an interesting thumbnail that I used once that had like a witchy side and a fairy side, and it almost looks like they're twins, or the dark and the light. I always loved, I don't know about you guys, but Bewitched, Tabitha and her, I don't know if it was her cousin or her sister, but she had like the dark sister with the dark hair and everything. And I was always fascinated by the shadow things and the other side. I always saw myself as the good side, the light and everything, but I'm always been fascinated by the shadows. So there could be a connection or coming together of parts of yourself or with somebody else in a very complementary way, creating magic together and nurturing the world. So I hope you like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.